So that's a hacked playthrough of Klose exercise number 2. One of the things I'm working on with this one is really trying to relax the emboucher. Couple problem spots that I notice on this is when I'm going like from the A to the D, middle or high A to like the middle D. If I'm not relaxed, that A will continue through because A is the first harmonic or second harmonic of the D note. So I'm going back and forth between playing A with the octave key and D with the octave key, and it's the same note. You can have some fun with that, but that's not really what we want in this exercise. And I find is as I'm going up, I tighten up a bit, and the sound gets pinched off a bit. So what I'll do as I'm playing through this, and I notice that my embouchure tension is too much, is I'll stop and I'll just do this for a few minutes. And then I'll just feel that relax, and I'll go back to playing. I also get that when I hit the high G, it always wants to go to the D harmonic. Like D with the palm key. It's common. Often you get a little warble in there, especially when you're coming, there's a C arpeggio in the second to last line. Very easy C to G. Or getting a warble. Can't quite get it. And then the last two lines of this exercise were in fourths, jumping fourths and fifths. And so again, having the relaxed embouchure, relaxed throat, everything, because sometimes either I'll futz the lower note and get the high note okay if I'm too tight, or the opposite will squawk on the higher note or something, like when it goes, second line starts going up and just fourths up the scale. And then it goes down in fifths. And sometimes that, like A, there's an A to D to G jump. Again, that's where that A and D problem was, but going back to jumping back up and forth to the G, from D to G, sometimes the, you know, if the embouchure's not set right, that's going to want to warble that G note. Sometimes the E with the octave key down to the A, lower A, without the octave key. Find that's a problem spot too. So second bar of the last line. Again, if my embouchure's not relaxed, I've got to do this a few times, and then it feels. Also, just making those jumps from, especially the last 3 or 4 bars where it's going down to C and low B. Just, I play this slow. It's supposed to be in cut time. I don't know why. I mean, yeah, to get your fingers going and all this stuff, and playing fast is a thing. But really, I use this exercise number 2. I play it in 4/4. I've crossed out the cut time symbol. I'll play it at 90 beats per minute or slower as 1/8 notes, and pay attention to the sound rather than the speed. Pay attention to the tone of the notes, even the tuning of the notes. Paying attention to the tension, that I'm not getting too tense here, and keeping this flappy. You know, keeping the tension here but not here, and keeping the lip out. Embouchure, just building the embouchure. So I've really only been back into saxophone for about a year now. I took quite a few years off because for the longest time I only had one tooth here, and so there was a space. And then in 2020, second one broke off, and I had dental work done, and now both of these teeth are just one, you know, dental implant. And for the longest time, that felt really weird on the top of the mouthpiece. So I didn't have a reason to play, so I just didn't. But last year, I decided, forget it, I'm getting back into this. And so it's only been a year, so I got to cut myself some slack on embouchure building, because I'm trying to do stuff that's probably, you know, after 5 or 4 years of not playing so much, getting back into it, you just got to build the muscle again, right? So mouthpiece patch. Very important. But then just focusing, especially on this exercise, number 2 in Klose, on the tone and the tension more than anything. And just trying to play that well. You know, getting down to that low B from an F. You know, and I wanted to have it sound good too, so I'm working more on tone and sound and tension, and not worrying about the speed on this one.